Question number 16. A spherical conductor of radius 10 centimeters has a charge of 3.2 into 10 to the power of minus 7 coulombs. Charge Q is equals to 3.2 into 10 to the power of minus 7 coulombs. Distributed uniformly. Find the magnitude of electric field at a point 15 centimeters from the center. R is given as 15 centimeters. And 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is equals to 9 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton meter square per coulomb square. The radius of the sphere is 10 centimeters and distance of the point is 15 centimeters from the center. So intensity of electric field is E is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. Therefore E is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 9 into 10 to the power of 9, and charge Q is 3.2 into 10 to the power of minus 7 by R square 15 whole square 225 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Therefore E is equals to 1.28 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per coulomb. Question number 17. The ratio of contributions made by the electric field and magnetic field components to the intensity of the electromagnetic wave is. C is the speed of electromagnetic wave. In electromagnetic wave, the intensity of electric field is of epsilon naught E square into C, and the intensity of magnetic field in electromagnetic wave is I2 is equals to B square by 2 mu naught into C, but numerically these two are equal. Therefore the ratio of intensities in electric field and magnetic field of electromagnetic wave is I1 by I2 is 1:1. Question number 18. In Young's double slit experiment, if the separation between the coherent sources is off, that is D dash is equals to D by 2, and the distance between the screen from the coherent sources is doubled, that is D dash is equals to 2D. Then the fringe width becomes, we know the fringe width is beta is equals to lambda capital D by small d. That means beta is directly proportional to capital D and inversely proportional to small d. Therefore beta dash by beta is equals to D dash by D and D by D dash. Therefore beta dash by beta is equals to D dash means 2D by D, and D by D dash means D by 2. So this is equals to 4 times. So the fringe width beta dash is equals to 4 beta. So the fringe width becomes 4 times. Question number 19. In a guitar, 2 strings A and B made of same material are slightly out of tune and produce beats of frequency 6 Hz. That is delta N is equals to 6 Hz. When the tension in B is slightly increased, the frequency increases to 7 Hz, that is delta N dash is taken as 7 Hz. The frequency of A is 530 Hz. FA is equals to 530 Hz. So we know beats means difference of frequencies, that is FA minus FB is equals to 6. But FA is given as 530 minus FB is equals to 6. Therefore FB is equals to 524 Hz, or FA minus FB. Now FA minus FB is equals to 7 Hz, and 530 minus FB is equals to 7 Hz. Therefore, FB dash is taken as 523 H. When tension is slightly decreases, the frequency is also decreases. So according to this, FB dash is less than FB. So the frequency of B is taken as FB is equals to 524 H. Question number 20. The increase in the width of the depletion region in a PN junction diode is due to. This is the PN junction diode, a P-type semiconductor and N-type semiconductor. This is called depletion layer, and D is the width of the depletion layer. P-type semiconductor contains holes, majority charge carriers, and N-type semiconductor contains electrons or the majority charge carriers. When this PN junction diode is connected in the reverse bias, that is P-type semiconductor is connected to negative potential and N-type semiconductor is connected to the positive potential, that is plus. So electrons are moving away from the junction and holes are moving away from the junction. In this case, the width of the depletion layer increases, that is width of the depletion layer increases. Okay na? Question number 21. A wire of length L and area of cross section A is hanging from a fixed support. Let us consider wire of length L and area of cross section A suspended from a fixed support. The length of wire changes to L1 when mass M is suspended from the free end. Mass capital M is suspended to the free end. Due to elongation, the final length changes to L1. From this, the elongation of the wire due to the load is E is equals to L1 minus L. And the Young's modulus is defined as Y is equals to longitudinal stress by longitudinal strain. Therefore, Y is equals to stress means mg by A and strain means E by L. Therefore, Young's modulus Y is equals to mgl by A into, instead of E, L1 minus L. So this is the expression for the Young's modulus of the wire. Question number 22. The energy required to break one bond in DNA is 10 to the power of minus 20 joules. That is, E is equals to 10 to the power of minus 20 joules. Find this value in electron volts nearly. But we know 1 electron volt is equals to 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 joules. Therefore, energy in electron volts can be written as 10 to the power of minus 20 by 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 electron volts. This is equals to 1 by 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 1 electron volts. This energy is nearly equal to 0.06 electron volts. Question number 23. Light of frequency 1.5 times the threshold frequency is incident on a photosensitive material. Frequency of light is nu is equals to 1.5 times nu naught. What will be the photoelectric current if the intensity is double and frequency is half? So frequency nu dash is equals to nu by 2, that is equals to 1.5 by nu naught by 2. Therefore, frequency becomes 0.75 nu naught. So according to this, the frequency of incident light is less than the threshold frequency. Therefore, due to this, no photoelectron is emitted from the metal. So photoelectric current is taken as I is equals to 0. whatever may be the intensity of light. Question number 24. The dimensions of stress are, we know stress is equals to restoring force by area. Therefore, stress is equals to, dimensional formula for force is ml t power minus 2, and dimensional formula for area is L square. Therefore, stress is equals to m L power minus 1 t power minus 2. Question number 25. A charged particle having a drift velocity of 7.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4 meter per second. Drift velocity Vd is equals to 7.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4 meter per second. And electric field is 3 into 10 to the power of minus 10 volt per meter. E is equals to 3 into 10 to the power of minus 10 volt per meter. Find the mobility. Mobility is equals to Vd by E. Drift velocity per unit intensity of electric field is called mobility. That is mu is equal to Vd by E. Therefore, mu is equals to 7.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4 by 3 into 10 to the power of minus 10. Therefore, mu is equals to 2.5 into 10 to the power of 6 mobility. Question number 26. A screw gauge has a least count of 0.01 mm. So, least count is equals to 0.01 mm. And number of divisions on the scalar 50, that is n is equals to 50. Find the pitch of the screw. So, least count of the screw gauge is equals to pitch of the screw by number of divisions on the head scale. That is 0.01 pitch of the screw by 50. Therefore, pitch is equals to 0.01 into 50. That is equals to 0.5 mm. Question number 27. A ray is incident at an angle of incidence I on one face of a small angle prism. So, angle of incidence is taken as I, and angle of the prism is given as A, and emerges normally from the opposite face. It emerges normally from the opposite face. Normal emergence means angle of emergence I2 is 0 and angle of incidence on the second surface R2 is equals to 0. And therefore, angle of refraction at the first surface R1 is taken as angle of the prism A. Then from Snell's law, mu is equals to sin I by sin R. That means sin I1 by sin R1. So, mu is equals to, for small angle prism, sin I1 can be taken as I1 and sin R1 can be taken as R1. Therefore, mu is equals to I1 by A. Then angle of incidence I1 is equals to mu into A. Question number 28. A 40 microfarad capacitor is connected to 200 volts 50 Hz AC supply. Capacity of the capacitor is 40 microfarads and voltage is 200 volts and frequency is F is equals to 50 Hz. The RMS value of current passing through the circuit is nearly. So, RMS value of current I is equals to V by XC, that is equals to V by 1 by omega C. Then I is equals to V omega C. Therefore, current I is equals to V into 2 pi f into c. So here I is equals to V is given as 200 into 2, 3.14 into 50, and C is nothing but 40 microfarads. That is 40 into 10 to the power of minus 6. From this we get current I as 2.5 amperes. Question number 29. For a transistor action, which of the following statement is correct? In case of transistor, emitter, base and collector. Emitter, base and collector. This base is very thin. Base is very thin and lightly doped. And lightly doped. And the emitter is heavily doped. Heavily doped. And this collector is moderately doped. Collector is moderately doped. And large in size. So the answer is base is very thin and lightly doped. Question number 30. The energy equivalent of 0.5 grams of a substance is, mass of the substance is given as 0.5 grams. That is M is equals to 0.5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 kgs. According to Einstein's mass energy relation, E is equals to mc square. Therefore, energy E is equals to 0.5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 and 3 into 10 to the power of 8 whole square. Then E is equals to 0.5 into 10 to the power of minus 3, 9 into 10 to the power of 16. Therefore, energy E is equals to 4.5 into 10 to the power of 13 joules.